What's up, fight fans? Mr. Mustache here. All right, guys. Magny replaces Geoff Neal to be taking on Garry next Saturday at UFC 292. Geoff Neal had to pull out due to an undisclosed medical issue. Um, if anybody knows a little bit about his past, he's had some issues in the past. I think a couple years ago he was in the ICU. I think it was either his kidneys or his liver completely shut down. It was a pretty scary situation, a life-threatening situation. But hopefully, I just hope that no matter what happens moving forward, that we just see a healthy Geoff Neal moving forward. So no matter what happens, I just wish him the best of luck and his health the best of luck, no matter what happens moving forward. Can't wait to see what he does once he gets healthy. But that being said, Magny, 36, is coming off of a split decision win against Phil Rowe, and before that, he had the fight where he just got absolutely decimated against Gilbert Burns, and even before that, I think he had that fight against Shavkat where he just got absolutely shut down. But he's getting another opportunity here to get himself right back into that contendership picture against the super prospect Garry, who's 12-0 as a pro, 4-0 within the UFC. He's got 2 finishes in a row against Song Kanan and most recently against D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez. So right now, we don't really know where the ceiling is of Garry. It could be greatest of all time. It could be really, really good title contender, future champion. We really don't know. The sky is the limit so far with Garry, right? He seems to be getting better and better with every single fight. And most recently against D-Rod, was a big name, a good striker, a powerhouse at welterweight, and he was able to go out there and finish him rather quickly, right? 6'3", very long for the weight class, and he's got a lot of power. He definitely likes to go out there and take risks. He showed that in his fight against Song Kanan, where he did get dropped early on in the fight, but he was able to really bite down in his mouthpiece, show heart, show grit, and find the finish himself later on, right? So he just has all this confidence. He just has this aura about him where it's just success, and it just seems like his ceiling is yet to be reached, right? And going against, I think Magny is a really good test for him because D-Rod, was a good test, but as of like the last couple of years, Daniel Rodriguez just hasn't looked the same. He's now 36, 37 years old. So like that win in a sense is kind of suspect. Like it's no disrespect to D-Rod, it's just where he is in his career right now. I just think that his health, he just didn't seem like he was in the best of shape. His confidence has been down. His focus just seems to be a little bit elsewhere rather than like actually going out there and like staying a contender. And I just think that his health has kind of failed him, and I think that his confidence has failed him. But D-Rod in the past, is a big name, and that's why I just think the fight was a little suspect. And his opportunity here with Magny, I think, could be a bit of the same story because Neal 36 himself. And when he seems to get these really big opportunities, you see him kind of shut down and not show out because Magny, as a welterweight, I think has like the most fights all time, most wins all time as a welterweight. The guy has just been around forever. Just his wins against RDA, Michael Chiesa, Robbie Lawler. But then he had the losses, he even beat Geoff Neal. Again and again, right? Like Magny, when he's on, he's able to use that length, that athleticism, really good fight IQ, and dominate guys. But sometimes when he just gets in these really, really big, high-pressure situations, like his fight against Gilbert Burns, Shavkat Rakhmonov, you just kind of see him shut down a little bit and just not show up. And you just see a guy who's just, he can't get his engine going. And I'm curious to see what Magny we're going to get. Because if we get the Magny who doesn't show up, I think you're going to see a similar result like we did with Garry and Daniel Rodriguez, where I think Ian is just going to run right through him. But if we got a Magny who is ready to go out there, ready to fight, ready to hurt Garry, because he's a very similar length as Ian, a lot of the similar strengths that Ian has, Neal has as well. It just all matters if he shows up here. And that will be the deciding factor, I think, of how competitive this fight is going to be, because this fight really should be very competitive, but I really think it really all depends on if Magny shows up in this matchup. But he's coming up short notice, hopefully hungry, seems like he's ready for an opportunity, but going against A guy like Ian Garry with all the confidence in the world. The sky is the limit for his career at the moment. The UFC is definitely trying to push him, and Neil Magny kind of seems to be that gatekeeper position, so he can go out there and he can definitely spoil the party of the Ian Garry community. But who knows? It all really depends if Neil Magny shows up at UFC 292. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think is going to happen between Neil Magny and the super prospect Ian Garry. Love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section. And guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly, Mr. Mustache. MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.